Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Sapo Saturdays. Although it's not Saturday, but we got a Sapo Studios session here live at the art department. Very, very special in-studio guests. We got parties going on. We got things happening.
All sorts of beats thumping in the background.
It is a good day.
It is a good day. It is a vibe. We have someone, like Asap said, very special here in the studio. He's got diamond certification for his work on Kanye West's Stronger, which won him a Grammy for Best Rap Performance. He's a songwriter, DJ, producer, founding member of the music collective 1500 or Nothing. Resume so expansive, having worked with the likes of Kendrick Lamar, T.I., Snoop Dogg, Kanye West, Chris Brown, and Nipsey Hussle. Please welcome MyGuyMars. How are you?
Welcome, brother.
Amazing. I am amazing.
I mean, shit, I'd be pretty amazing with that resume too. That's something else.
That was a cool intro, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm especially feeling great because you gave us a little shot before the show so we could all get our mind right.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that.
Don Julio, 1942.
No, we got to be better together,
Goes
man.
down smooth. I still actually got a little bit left.
Yes, sir. I'm waiting on mine right now.
Oh, yeah, you got a little bit more coming?
It's all good, yeah.
All right, so while we're waiting, why don't you tell me a little bit about the academy that you have going on through 1500 or Nothing?
So basically, we would have to start with the band. The band 1500 or Nothing is how everything started, you know, and rest in peace my Uncle Chuck, rest in peace Los, but you know, all of us that have contributed to the 1500 or Nothing brand started as a band, and then we, you know, eventually kept making music as producers, songwriters, and expanding the brand, and you know, that led into you know, us wanting to educate, you know what I'm saying? We've always wanted to educate. And, you know, Lorenz, James Fauntleroy, myself, a lot of us have been advocates of just educating and passing on the information we get. So it's just a blessing to be able to have a space, you know, that people can come and learn in real time from their, you know, people that are experienced and currently still doing, you know, what they want to do.
Do those classes, like, do they have separate lesson plans, sort of? Like, you focus on different things each time?
So,
how's it structured?
So basically, you can go to Sound Academy or just type in 1500 Sound Academy. Go on Google, type in 1500 Sound Academy. Contact information is there, you know what I'm saying? But there are different courses, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be a songwriter, if you want to be a producer, it's different classes. It's not like everybody come and learn the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we give the essentials of what you need to be, you know, the best from what we've experienced in the music industry.
I love that. And we've talked about education on the show and how important that is, and that's really great that you're reaching out. And I wonder,
feel like it's a little rare. Like I feel like there's not that many people are doing that get that sort of exposure and experience.
Well, yeah, I've kind of said before, like there's people that definitely like kind of guard their knowledge, and they feel like they don't want to pass it on to others because they don't want to put them in a position to succeed, because that means maybe less of a piece of the pie for themselves. I don't know, but it is very kind and generous and magnanimous of you. And I wonder also, where the root of that comes from. Did you have the support that you felt like you needed coming up, and this is like a way of you passing that on now as well? Or did you not have that support, and this is a way of you giving people something that you didn't have access to?
I think it's a combination of both. Like, I've always had the support from my parents.
Which is like the most important.
Yeah, so, you know, I've always had, and my dad is a bishop and a pastor, so, you know, maybe not as much support in certain things, but he's always been supportive as far as, like, you know, supporting my vision and my passion.
Right.
You know, so I think that's the most important thing. If you have somebody that, you know that's passionate about something, and you can give them the information or the support, then, you know, it starts there, because that builds the confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, that's the one side of it. But I think, like, me being able to be around the people that didn't want to give me the information, and people that didn't want me to be in these rooms and stuff like that, I think that's what fueled me to be able to, you know, give the experience that I had, and take it and make it a different experience for other people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Knowledge is power. and
Exactly.
you know, so the more you know, the more you're able to help other people. It's a
Absolutely.
great position to be in. I'm curious, as you were coming up, like throughout the course of your career, have you ever been working with anyone that like their celebrity status has caught you starstruck, and it's made it hard for you to kind of like focus on the work and keep it cool during the session?
To be honest, like, not that I can recall. It was. I think like when you're blessed to be able to travel and be on tour and do all of these things with amazing people, especially people you look up to. I was just Busta Rhymes just invited me to his party last night, and
Love Busta.
he was just telling me like, man, I appreciate you, love you, man. Thank you so much for being a part of my project, and thank you for helping me, man, and thank you for the song you did with my kids, and and I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, you're saying everything that I'm supposed to be saying, like that I
So
want to
you
say.
still
to you.
have those moments where
Yeah,
you're just like,
but
damn, this is
I think it's
wild.
more of that than it is like being kind of nervous. I'm not really nervous because I'm assertive in what I'm doing.
Right.
But I have been like, oh my gosh, we're the first people to do a session with Earth, Wind, and Fire and
Oh, that's so cool.
and the Isley Brothers together at the same
Wow.
that
That's
never
really cool.
happened. Like, and when it did happen, it was because of us. So for 1500 or nothing to have the only session with the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire together, and the only first session. If there has been sessions after that,
Right.
we were first. So
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you blazed the trail.
You know what I'm saying? So like things like that is like, it's crazy because I'm looking at Verdine White, which is where I get my energy on stage, and like growing up, my parents loved Earth, Wind, and Fire, so that's all I seen was like, who's this guy just moving around
Yeah,
all the
with the
time?
bass
and music,
guitar,
yeah,
man, he's
and
so
it's
cool.
like,
That, yeah.
then that turns into me actually being cool with him and doing a song with him, and his niece Raina for a tribute for Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different things.
What
like,
are those like full circle moments like in your life where you're having like growing up listening to that, your family's connected to it, and then now you're in real life next to those people? How surreal! I was just talking to
Do you have
somebody
to
about
pinch
that.
yourself? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that?
Or you're just
no.
like, wow, this is my this is what my life is like.
I mean, like, I think it's more confirmation of
Yeah.
the vision. You know
It
what
like
I'm saying?
validates what you've been doing.
Yeah, like you're doing something right if you envision a destination and you get even if you just get closer to the destination. Some people are like, damn, I didn't get where I want to get.
Right.
You know what
to
I'm saying?
the
And they'll give up.
destination from that project itself. You're like, I didn't make it there, but
Yeah,
then you're
like-
neglecting the things that you did gain.
Which
from
is
that.
the process. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you gotta love the process and the journey because it's scenic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take and that's what Snoop like taught me. He like, you gotta take the time to really like accept and smell your flowers and look around and be in the moment and be in the now. It's like you work so much and
If there's anyone that's smelling flower, it's Snoop.
yeah, I do as well.
Us too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to AJ Flowers Co, my partner Jeff. I got my own cannabis, MyGuyMars OG or My Guy OG, and Spacewalker.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
2 different strains. Only at the Marathon store. Of course, it will be.
Only at the Marathon store.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
Yes, sir.
So we talk a lot about.
I asked for a shot a while ago. Let me.
Yeah,
You're like, what the?
Come on,
heck?
man.
Is it alright? Can you please give me a shot, please? Thank you. That's my friend, man. I'm glad Thank God for friends.
See, and that's when you know you've made it. When you could just yell out to anyone and be like, hey,
No, that's my friend. Man. That's my friend. I appreciate it.
That's not just anybody. But yeah, we talk a lot about on this show that there's really no blanket in this industry. It's like you're only as good as your next gig. And do you feel that the accomplishments that you've had over your career have helped you have a blanket in your next project, or are you still kind of like striving to get there each time?
I think like I think there's it's kind of different now because like you're only as good as your last hit is subjective because I mean my last hit was Take You Down.
We got a shot flying in.
thank you.
That's so
Yeah.
nice
So
of you.
my girl, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
My last real hit was like or I would say like Take You Down or even Stronger. Stronger is like the biggest song I've been a part of. So let's say like Stronger. Stronger was my last like big hit, right? But that came out I don't know how many years ago, but I've been able to work with so many people after that. You know what I'm saying?
And is that by just like
Boy
referrals?
2, Victory Lap. Nah, it's not referrals. It's like you actually spending the time, like not taking the elevator and taking the stairs.
Right.
And like when you take the stairs, it shows in your work. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people that take the elevator, it's like that's why they get where they get, and they only get what they get.
So you think like there's maybe a sense of entitlement that people have, that they think like things are going to come to them, and really you have to make your own opportunities.
I mean, it can be entitlement, but I think it's just because it's shown, like, you know, social media just allows you to think that you can fast track your way to success because like, you know, dang, that's my homegirl. She on the same block and she don't really do music, and I've been doing music my whole life, but she has 1 million views and da-da-da. It's like, you know, everybody's looking at what the next person is doing. So that kind of distracts you from what you're supposed to do in the first place.
Well, and speaking to that, you know, someone that does work so hard and has so many accomplishments under their belt, like, do you ever get pissed off when you see some of these people that, like, really have no actual talent or ambition, but, like, they come up and have, like, millions of views, and then they put them into movies because it makes sense because they have a following, and then it's all of a sudden somebody that really, like, doesn't work for this shit?
I can't say that I haven't. You know what I'm saying? I'm
like,
more
that's gotta be
mature.
rough
I'm more
to-
mature now. So, yeah, I have had those moments, but I think, you know, just like you said, it's going back to education, you know, and that's the most important thing. So either I'm gonna be a part of the problem by being mad, or I can suggest a solution.
Yeah.
And like I feel like the people that really deserve, you know, what they get, you know what I'm saying, as far as like really succeeding in the music industry or the entertainment industry, those are the people that put in the time and really like study, you know what I'm saying? And so it's easy because I can't deprive the people that want the information just because of the people that, you know, are goofy and just,
Right.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
just doing like trendy shit. You know what I'm saying?
I guess there's a lane for everyone in some respect.
Yeah,
right?
so it's just like, you know, you just got to get an education and, you know, be glad that people are doing something outside of robbing your house or some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if
some
you wanna-
bling ring bullshit.
Yeah, like that's your song. Hey, I spilled milk on the floor. That's your song, and you know it's going crazy. Like, okay, cool. Man.
Good for
Yeah,
you, man.
Yeah.
chocolate rain it up. you
But
know.
I don't know if that leads to longevity. Like, it might work for like
It
the
doesn't.
trending time,
It
and that's
doesn't.
fine.
And that's
but,
why I
like,
said. That's why I was saying, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. That's why I said trendy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because trends are not classics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And classic is not timeless. So, you know, there's categories for things. So, you know,
Definitely.
do what you want to do, but just make sure you're intentional about it.
Yeah. With all the uncertainties there are in life, in the business, what are the certainties that you rely on in life that you hold on to?
God.
God.
Of course, God.
I like that.
You know, God is love. Love is God. So as long as
So you're a very religious person. You pray a lot and all of those things, or is it just like
I think
more of like a spiritual thing? And
yeah, I think like religious is more like segregated. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of divides, compartmentalizes. You know what I'm saying? Different that's
they're
not
like preconceived notions.
yeah.
about
I'm not.
religion.
I'm not really like. I just know that, you know, I love God, and you know, I know that without God I can't do whatever I'm doing. So like my whole thing has been, you walk by faith, not by sight. So everything that I've done has been through faith, like literally. Like, so like to go back to what you was asking earlier, like, so did you get these songs from relationships and, you know, or referrals? No, like I've never got one song from a referral. Actually, I take that back. I have got 2 songs out of the 200 songs that I've done from referrals. But again, when you're dope at something and you're not taking the elevator, like I became incredible because I studied all these incredible people. And I apply all the things that they apply to their life to my life and try to take it the next level. You know what I'm saying? I didn't try to shortcut, you know? So I think that's the thing that people are able to see, like, oh, that's dope. Like, you're really passionate about what you do. Like, he's jumping 6 feet on the stage and playing the 5 keyboards and playing the notes with his shoes and all kind. You know, he's innovative. Wait, you got your own weed, you got your own wine, you got your own candle, you got a partnership with New
I need
Vintage.
to smell your candle, bro.
Easy call.
I need to smell your weed. Fucking candle. Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah, that's true.
I got you.
That's true.
That's on me right now. I got you. But you know, I think like in music is the you know, is the vehicle for all of that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be the best. And this is kind of crazy because the person that told me this is going through some shit right now. But I'm gonna just say it. So Puff told me one time. I know he's going through some things, but this is just what he told me is very valuable. And he told me one time, he was like, "You have to be great at one thing to be great at 1,000 things." And when he told me that, I was like, "What you mean?" Because I asked him, I was like, "How'd you do like all of this?"
Right.
And he was like, long story short, basically he said, "I was the greatest A&R. I was the best A&R on the label. I got the best artists. I got Biggie. Then I got the best producers. Then I got the best boom. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, and then I took the leverage from that. Now hey yo, we need our own cologne because we need to be smelling fly in these meetings. And I need my own clothing line because we promoting FUBU and everything else. We can have our own thing. We need Sean John. Like everything led to something else. You know what I'm saying? To the liquor, to the you know what I'm saying, champagne, to whatever. And that was something that I really like took. You know what I'm saying? To heart. And I'm like, dang, like I never looked at it like that. A lot of us always, you know, kind of have 5 ideas or 20 ideas and we start all 20 and it's like.
And you know what's crazy? It's like before you said that it was like each thing led to the next one, I was like, it seems like you're saying that there's qualities that you get from working those jobs or whatever thing you're great at. Mm-hmm. There's qualities that you learn from that.
Absolutely.
That lead and are connected to the next thing.
Absolutely.
And that you can apply in your life.
Absolutely.
Which is like I think goes to art, goes to business, goes to like all of those things.
Yeah, and I think that's really great advice because you know it's like there are a lot of people that want to be a jack of all trades, but that's why there's that saying jack of all trades, master of none. It's like you have to master something to be able to move on and then like do a lot of other things.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Maybe I needed to hear that right now in my life. It's just like, dude, slow down and like focus on the one thing.
Yeah, that's important.
You know, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, with respect to like, you know, your work ethic, right? Like you seem like a guy that works very hard, but you also like your shots coming flying in, and I'm sure there's a lot of partying that goes on at the studio.
Not so much.
Okay, because I was gonna ask because we have a friend that has a studio and he records music and stuff, and it's like
shout out to Re-Up Records.
Shout out to Re-Up Records, and there's always shit going on there. There's always a party, and there's times where like it's like, all right, everyone get the fuck out. We need to record. But like, you don't have that problem at all in terms of like keeping the party out of the studio?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think the party is in the song, so like I'm very intentional with who like, and I don't like a lot of people around me, especially just random people, you know. So like I'm very selective and intentional with the company that I keep and the people that I bring to my, you know, sanctuary in my studio, you know. So it's like,
are you as intentional with the people that you work with? Because I know that there are so many big egos in the industry. Do you kind of feel people out before you decide I'm going to work with them?
I have never worked with anybody that I did not want to work with, like ever. And
you're very fortunate. Some people aren't in a position where they can just deny work like that. Like that's dope.
But that's the thing, you can.
Right.
It's just sacrifice over security.
Totally. 100%.
And like my
100%.
thing has always been sacrifice over security, and that goes back to faith in God. And it's like, I'm not tripping off of, you know, this person saying, hey man, I'm gonna pay you $10,000, but they want to come trash my studio and have strippers and not get work done and not like, don't mind. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at the strippers, but I'm saying like, what are we there for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, if you're here to record, let's get that done, or let's do it while we having a party, like whatever. But I'm the person that's always about, you know, getting the song to as best as it can be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and even when I was talking to Snoop about that, he's like, yo, we was having parties in the studio every day, but that's how they were doing the songs, because they were talking about everything they was doing. Right. So it's different if you partying to, you know, kind of like implement the vibe in the songs and convey what you're actually doing right now. It's like you see somebody right now like, oh, she doing this, like, oh, okay, and you like, it's inspiring you, right? That's a different thing than just like you're just at the studio and you're just telling people to come through and y'all just kicking it. You could be at the club or you could be anywhere else.
Right.
You're just sitting at the studio just wasting the equipment, and people want to work, people trying to write, they don't have the shit that you got. They trying to, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got the
engineer's
budget.
trying to engineer some shit. He's trying to do his job. You know?
You know, so I don't have that problem.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I think that's awesome, man.
I have the problem of not having people that can keep up with how much I work. That's the problem.
And that's what I was gonna say earlier, man. It seems
like
like
I need like 1 million engineers, great ones though. Like it's hard to find great ones. I'll take 10.
Yeah,
I'll take 10.
Yeah.
10 great engineers. I'll be straight for the rest.
It's like
of
you're
the
not
year.
afraid to do the work. You're not afraid of working.
That's what we do. That's
Yeah.
I've never not worked. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never not had a job.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, because I never had a job. You know what I'm saying? So like I had to work. Like I gotta wake up every day and try to figure out. Now I got a 5-year-old and he is more. If people think I'm bougie and I like nice things, you have to meet my son, because he is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm hustling a whole nother way.
Yeah.
I gotta do wine. I gotta do candles. So please buy a candle. I'm gonna make sure that you.
I'm gonna
make
smell
sure
the
that you
candle. I'm
smell the
smelling
candle.
the
and
candle.
then-
100%.
I'll buy a candle if it comes with a bag of weed. Like I said,
Easy
I'm
call.
more
Shut up.
interested.
I'm gonna buy a candle and the weed, and then I'm gonna
Look, y'all
smoke
ain't
the
gotta buy.
weed
Y'all ain't
and
gotta
then
buy
light the
nothing.
candle.
I'll make sure you get. I'll make sure you get a candle. I'll make sure you get some weed.
All right, that's
You
how
gotta share some
everybody
weed with
that's
me,
out
David.
there.
I'll share some. We'll smoke it together.
Everybody that's out there, like I said, you can get the cannabis at Marathon Store, the Marathon Collective, and the wine is wineandvibe.com. So you can order my wine from wineandvibe.com. You can order my candles from loveflames.co.
Loveflames.co. That's sexy.
That was a nice
Like it.
commercial.
Yeah, and there's
should probably
literally
keep that.
room on the left side of you to put like the little ad.
Yeah.
Loveflames.co.
Love that.
There you go, right there.
Exactly. 100%.
Yes, sir.
So, like, do you do anything specifically to put yourself in the zone creatively? Do you have like a ritual or like anything that you do before you record?
Smoke.
Smoke.
I smoke quite frequently. Outside of that, not really. I mean, I
You
think
don't
it's
like burn incense or like you know,
no. I mean, yeah, like kind of. I mean, I'm
you're
not
burning,
like
you're burning the weed incense.
I'm
Yes.
burning that more than incense. for
And
sure.
his candles, man.
Definitely burning my candles for sure. I like a lot of times I need mojo. I call it mojo. You know, so some type of spirits. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it. I want it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Loosens you up a little bit.
yeah. It
So,
just
like, yeah,
make
we-
me not think as much.
We talk a lot on the show as well about like being a conduit to the music.
Yeah.
And sort of like it's not you that's creating it. It's like something in the ether that's communicating with you.
Absolutely.
Flowing through
Does
you.
that help you achieve that state of mind where you can understand?
I've never not listened to the first voice that I hear. So like,
That's good advice right there too. Is that the first thing is like what needs to come out?
yeah, and then like I think people are afraid of shit being bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, shit gonna be bad. You're never gonna do like all good songs, all great songs ever in your life.
Fear paralyzes so many people.
You're never gonna do that. So it's like, that's why you think you have writer's block, and that's why I think it doesn't exist. Is because people don't want to admit that they're gonna do something bad, and they're trying to figure out a way to make the bad good. And it's like, no, it's just bad. Just hurry up with the bad shit, and then do something good after. You know, you just keep doing it. Repetition makes.
But you have
know,
to take the steps.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing. It's like people don't want to, like, trying to make it work. Trying to, no, this square is gonna fit in this circle. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why a lot of people give up. That's why a lot of people don't, you know, succeed as much as they. Your favorite artist might have been your favorite artist, and you don't know where they at right now. It's like a lot of people don't want to be on the.
They don't want to go through the trials and tribulations.
Not even that. They just don't want to be on the roller coaster of evolution. because the roller
They don't
coaster
like
is up and
change.
down.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to go on this to be able to evolve. People just want to be comfortable.
Sometimes you got to go down to go up.
Exactly.
Now,
He's picking up what I'm putting down. Super. Pause.
now, in the context of like talking to up and coming musicians that want to make a career out of this and want to be in the industry, you know, what would you say? Talent will only get you so far, right? There are some of the most talented people in the world that haven't made it. So, what would you say are some of the things that helped you propel your career the most, outside of just being talented?
I think your brand. Like, your brand is like who you are and what people say about you.
Is that down to your fashion sense and all that?
It can be. I mean, I would like to think I'm a very fashionable.
You are very
I think you
fashionable.
look, I think you look great.
I was just wondering if that's part of the
I
equation.
don't know if they see the pants. I'm gonna stand up right quick.
Okay, all right, show it off, show it off.
You can
You
put
know,
your
we
foot
got
on
the
the chair.
we got the
Yeah, there you
J's
go.
going.
Yeah,
Right? You know, it's
Yeah.
Man,
You know
he's got
what I'm
a
saying?
pocket for the candle.
And
He's
it's
got a
raining
pocket for the weed.
it's raining outside. I do got a pocket for the weed. I do. I got a pocket for the weed. I got
You know, I'm saying.
You feel me? Spacewalker right there.
Yeah, I
See the
knew
logo?
it. Awesome, I want that.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
knew it.
I got a pocket for the Leafs. You know what I'm saying? I got pockets for everything. I got pockets for you, pockets for me, pockets for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like to think I'm fashionable. But I think like more so just like
What it's like.
what
to work
people
with you.
say about you. Not even that. It's just
Oh.
like what people say about you. Like, it's 250,000 people putting out 100,000 to 250,000 people putting out music every Friday. So, if it's that many people putting out music, I don't expect people to know who I am, and I never did. I always wanted to be about the song. So I love being able to go up to 7-Eleven or go to the liquor store or go anywhere and be. I love going to the mall shopping and hearing my song and know that nobody knows that I'm in here, that I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's great to me. I don't have to deal with the security. My son is cool. We straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that because it's always been about the song. It's always been about the craft. But yeah, like I think the brand is always what people say about you. So like, yeah, like
Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. I was just gonna say like, yes, I feel like I'm a great musician and a great producer, and as well as a great artist that's evolving into one of the best artists. But at the same time, there's people that don't know who I am and don't know what I've done from the last 20 years.
Right.
So like, the way that a lot of people find me is from music, but the way that a lot more people find me is from favorable publicity, which is one of the branding laws, and that's where people speak about you. And like, if I was a nasty person, I don't think y'all would even ask for me to be on the podcast because somebody would have said something
Yeah.
Right.
to somebody else that would have got to y'all like, nah, he ain't gonna be there, or nah, he gonna talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? So the brand is what people say about you and what you represent.
Absolutely. What made you want to start? What made you want to be a musician in the first place?
Just being around it, like the way that I felt, I wanted to make other people feel musically, because I feel like I start understanding the responsibility of it. And once I understood the responsibility, I'm like,
what is the responsibility of it?
the responsibility is for me to convey what you feel, what the world feels, that you guys cannot explain musically, because
Wow,
that's not your talent and that's not your field, that's not your passion.
Right.
So it's my responsibility for me to be able to like evoke the emotion and the pain and what I feel like everybody is going through in this room right
That is so cool.
That
It's
is-
my responsibility to do what you can't, so you can feel what I know we're all capable of feeling. That's fucking
and
dope.
putting it into the language of music, which is so unbelievable. I don't think I've heard that.
Yeah, just
explained
conveying
like
it
that.
sonically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
super cool, man.
That's the responsibility at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
All right, so talking about like touring and performing and all that stuff, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you, whether it be on tour or performing live?
The craziest thing that happened to me was one time I was performing and I ended up in my drawers.
On
Was
stage.
it the Don Julio?
No, it wasn't the Don Julio. It was somebody had. I lost my backpack. This was the first time I put my laptop in my backpack or something crazy. I checked it. and I lost my bag and my backpack. And Lupe, I was out with Lupe Fiasco. Lupe went and bought me some clothes because I lost my bag. So he went and bought me some clothes and all this stuff. So we do the show, but I didn't have no belt. I forgot to get a belt. So we're doing everything, and like I'm performing like normal. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm going crazy. I got my glasses on, whatever. And we get to the last song, and like my pants keep falling while I'm playing. I'm playing 2 keyboards at the same time. So I keep like doing this and then like pulling my pants up and trying to get back. So my pants, I just start letting my pants fall, and like we get like to the end of the song, and like my pants is like halfway down, and I just kind of like did like that so they can just fall, and I just stepped out and just kicked them over to the kicked them over to the left and just finished the show. You know what I'm saying? That was the night I found out that Lupe was Muslim, and
that was
I might not have a job if I did that again.
Wait, so were they briefs or?
No, they wasn't briefs, but hey, that's pause, man. You doing?
Yeah, you're doing too much.
Yeah, nah, we're not gonna go into all of that. They wasn't briefs though. We wasn't. I was good, man. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? The ladies were entertained, and I knew not to do it again. Let's just say that.
I just messed with you.
It's all good. It's all good. I think I was in Sweden, so nobody knew that. It was, and hopefully it won't be on Instagram.
They loved it.
Yeah.
It was just a normal Tuesday for them.
You feel me? Yeah, facts.
You kind of touched on this earlier that like there's never been someone that kind of phased you in a way that you haven't been able to perform, and I'm just kind of curious, have you ever had any sense of fear as you've gone through your career, maybe not in terms of job security, but in terms of just being able to deliver another time? Because even for the music comes through you, right? If we're going with that concept of being the conduit, then it's like, okay, well, is it going to come through me again after the last time? And like, do you ever deal with a sense of, will I be able to do this again? Will I be able to repeat the success?
No writer's block.
Absolutely not. I'm very assertive and confident in what I do because it comes from God, and that's like I if God controls everything and God is love, then I know what I'm doing. I'm evoking love. I'm promoting love. I'm promoting education. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is going to be like what it's supposed to be. So I'm never like really like phased, but I may be unsure that an idea that I have is something that you may not fuck with. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of frequent, but I feel like that's with every great producer. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't imagine Hit Boy, Just Blaze, any of my homeboys, Brian Cox, any of the people that have like made life-changing songs, you know what I'm saying, and songs that the world loves. I wouldn't imagine they didn't have a experience where they, talking to the artist, or like maybe before they even talk to the artist, like, damn, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna just play it, and that's our job. That goes back to the responsibility. Like, you don't know how to convey it, so let me just give you options. Like, you never heard this before this way. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and we've also talked about in the past that when you're making anything creatively, sometimes people just have to trust in you, or you have to trust in other creatives that, like, okay, maybe you don't have that same vision, but they are here for a reason, and you just got to trust that, like, they know what the fuck they're doing.
Absolutely.
So this is like a 2-part question. How often do you wish that you could go back and change a track after it's done? And at what point do you know a track is done?
A track is done when you know it's done.
Well, no,
Fair.
He's asking that specifically because a lot of artists have talked about, like, in any of the creative realms, that they always want to tinker and fuck with shit, and it's like a matter of like being a perfectionist, and it's like, oh man,
those are all the ones that don't have Grammys though. It's like they didn't put their shit out.
Possibly. That may be true. May or not be true, but I mean, I think it's more just like the like I said, like, the song is the biggest ego. I don't feel like a lot of people like are more concerned about the song than they are what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're concerned about yourself, then that's when it's like, I want to look good and I want to do more, and I want, like, are you recording, and let's get more content. And I don't really care about that shit. Like, I'm gonna do as much as I hear, and I'm gonna try to make it as minimal to allow the artist to hear whatever they hear. And then, like, that's kind of one of my secrets, to allow the artist to have the leverage to hear different things. Then after they create the song is gonna tell me what's needed after that. Mm-hmm. So I'm able to Yeah,
Like, there's
not
nothing
even once
left.
you stop hearing, it's just like you minimalize the things you hear initially so the artist can hear themselves on it. And then the things that you hear that you would have done after the artist, does the song, you may hear the same things or you may hear something different because the song is there now. So the song is going to tell you what needs to be there. I'm not going to put horns over where the verse is going because his cadence is going right where the horns is going. We ain't gonna be able to hear the words. You know what I'm saying? But if I heard that before the song, it would probably make the song not exist because it's like, I can't hear myself on that. So go to the next one, But if you just have minimal ideas, beats is fire. It's like one little element in there that's like, okay, what is that? Like, this is fire. Like, what is this?
It's like a building block.
Yeah,
It's a place to start.
ideas.
Yeah.
Once you create the ideas, the artist can hear it themselves, and then you can produce the song after that.
And I imagine the best productions of collaborations you've had have come from instances in which you've really connected with whoever you're working with. Is there a way that you find your way to those connections? Once you're in the studio, you're making the music, you're actually in that moment. Is there a specific way in which you connect?
Everything has been organic anyway. So like all the artists that I work with, I normally have relationships with. I mean, outside of like Kalani and probably like a handful of people I've met, like just like, oh, yo, I'm a fan of your music, or I've been doing, you know what I'm saying, or me even approaching them like, yo, like, I love what you're doing. It's like, oh, I love what you're doing. Like, oh, wait, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those moments have happened. So, but those moments are more rare than, just somebody calling me like, hey, this person want to or, me working with Nip and then Young Thug just pull up, or, me working with Nip and then Young Dolph pull up, and then I got the song with Nipsey and Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Just organically.
Just
because
like,
you were at the right
because
place.
you're present. You got to be present to win.
Because you were taking the stairs and you were doing the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna beat me in the gym. I
Yeah.
might have this little, baby daddy belly right now, but I'm
Hey
in
man,
the gym
the dad bod is
every
in right now.
day in
The dad bod is in.
Yes,
right
sir. You hear me?
Well, you've been very generous with your time. We appreciate you. The last question I have for you, because you did bring up Nipsey, is it's hard to see people that really deserve accolades and attention to not get the attention that they deserve. We actually were close with someone that performed at Woodstock, this woman Melanie Safka, who recently passed away, and she was never
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and she was never given her due. And now once she's passed, there's so many articles about her.
Mm-hmm.
They
in
had
Variety magazine or there's a whole thing.
yeah, they showed her in the Grammys in memoriam tonight, and it's like, is it frustrating? Because Nip too, like, there's a lot of people that knew him, sure, and he had his own following and all of that, but he became way more mainstream after he passed away, and that happens. And is that frustrating to see that like people kind of want to just jump on a bandwagon?
I've had like emotional, irrational thoughts about that initially, but no, I think like it's really beautiful to be able to have a blueprint that people can still, like learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally can experience it, and see like his journey. You know what I'm saying? Like how he started and he rapped about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to be a part of that, and also to see it, and then to be a part of the only Nipsey album that he will do while he's here. You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
It's like crazy because like we had a studio together the last 4 years while he was here, and I'm seeing him every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think I really took more of I think it's more of a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That I went to Cabo and took my son out there over like for a vacation or whatever, and I'm stopping to go try to see if I can find some cigars or something, and it's like a Nipsey mural out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's crazy to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
and I
think
guess
that's really dope. I don't really like entertain the negative aspect of it because I don't see it in a negative light. You know what I'm saying? Everything
like
is
whatever-
love and everything is light. If somebody came across something that made them more of a supporter, You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't come across it before. Like, it's unfortunate that they wasn't able to come across it while he was here, or maybe meet him while he was here. But, you know, it's dope that his music is that powerful, and what he's done has been that powerful to our culture that it's affected the whole world.
Right.
Literally,
The important thing is that they made their way to the music and made their
Absolutely.
way to connecting to that.
Absolutely.
As well.
What's most important is that people made it to the room that the music was made.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
to begin
and
with.
that the legacy lives on at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
It's like,
Yeah.
TMC, man.
I did say that was the last question, but I do have one more. My Guy Mars, where does that come from? Why Mars? Why My Guy Mars? What's the origin story of that?
My name is Lamar. My homegirl Tavia, she was like, you know, you always do everything left. Like, every time somebody want to go right, you want to go left. Like, you always want to, you're just doing shit out of this world. I'm going to call you Lamar's. I'm going to call you Mars. I was like, I like that. And then I just say my guy all the time. Tyrese is a cool homie of mine. And, like, I would hear him say it, but the way that he said it, it was just like, you know, I didn't know if it was like, yeah, are you genuine? You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you upset with me?
No, not with me. Just I'm talking about with other people. How he used it with other people. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, you know, every time I would see Tyrese, he was just be like, man, my guy, like my guy. You know what I'm saying? But the way he said it to me, I'm like I fuck with you, like my guy. You know what I'm saying? So I just start getting used to saying that, and I just start coining it, and then it start being more like an experience. Like, yo, you know Mars, my guy Mars, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So I think again that goes back to like
Branding.
You know, the branding.
Yep.
Is the experience what
For
people
sure.
say about you.
Well,
All right, well,
we're going to talk.
I hate his music, but he's fire. he's a dope individual.
That's it. Yeah, we're
Gotta
gonna
love
speak
him.
very highly of you, man, because
Love, I appreciate it.
you've been very nice to us and hanging out. And
Thank
you
y'all, man.
gave us shots too, man.
Come
so
on,
we
man.
appreciate
Hey,
that.
y'all want
Yeah.
some more? We about to let's
Let's
get through.
go. Let's go. Yeah, My Guy Mars is about to do a little DJ set, maybe?
Yes, sir. We are.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
we're
go crazy.
here at the art department in West Hollywood. Come on down to the art department whenever you get a chance. It's a
Absolutely.
vibe. There's always something
It's
going
fire.
on. And we really, really appreciate you sitting down with us. So thank you.
Likewise, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, and I will be back.
For
All
sure,
right.
man.
Yes, sir.
This is Sapo
Love it.
Studios out.
We out.